I want you all to go out and bring home something for dinner. Now let me see. You bring a horse, you a cow, you bring a steer, and you a moose.
Okay, Mama.
Why, Taylor? What's the matter, you? Get to move on and get to go and scram.
Oh, no, I don't.
At least to go out and get a butterfly, or a little worm, or something.
No, I'd rather not. No, I don't want. No, I just don't. Watch me, folks. I'm gonna get myself that great big rooster. I hope.
My darling little kiddies. They bringing home such goodies. I wonder where my darling little killer is. Maybe he's bringing home something big. No?
My mama done told me to get something for dinner. No, not gonna do it. Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. Welcome back to BitChute. Welcome back to Rumble. Welcome back to Free Speech. How the hell's everybody doing out there? Tonight, I'm coming to you with a very different kind of video for those of you who are really only acclimated to my political content. Tonight, we're going to make dinner, assuming you want to stick around for that. I'm in the old kitchen here, and we're going to put together some chow for the evening. Some of you might be interested in what I've been doing is in regards to my... I feel weird saying the word diet because it kind of implies, you know, it doesn't imply everything correctly because it's an amalgamation of things. I have indeed, as you guys know, I think my last video or video before last, what have you, I did indeed acknowledge that I do have a food addiction, but the issue is that I never ate enough. In other words, I know that I should probably have a dad bod. You know, I should have the gut, the butt, the, you know, whatever comes along with the dad bod. That I get, you know, because I never ate what you would call healthy, and I was never into gyms or sports or athletics other than cycling. But I sit there and I came to the conclusion a while ago that the amount of food that I ate, that I used to eat, it doesn't justify why I was well on my way to becoming 600 pounds. Like I said, the spare tire, the gut, you know, the jelly roll butt. But this, what ended up happening to me, you know, here I'll stand up and you guys can have a look. I don't know, I don't know. I don't even know if you can see or not. How do I do this? I'm not so good with the angle. Trust me. You don't want to see my butt. You don't want to see. You don't want to see. It's bad. But the point is that there I was, well on my way to 600 pounds, 550 pounds. I am down to 461 pounds. Yay! That's still a ways to go. That's still about 2 years of work to go. I know I'll never be what some might call sexy. Okay, sexy sailed years ago, decades ago. I'll never be sexy. I'll never have a gym body. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. My thing is, I just simply want to relieve all of the stress on my organs. Basically, everything that was causing my severe cardiac issues. That's what I need to remedy. That's what I need to address. Because it really was a very serious situation. I know the cardiologist that I've seen, Dr. Siddiqui, Dr. Corbett, a couple of these other doctors, they would have me believe that you're fine, it's no big deal. Dude, fluid is leaking into my lungs from my arteries, all right? I wouldn't even be able to talk. So anyway, so tonight let's make dinner. And I want to let's see. I guess I'll show you what I'm working with. Even though this isn't really supposed to be a political episode, I have been thinking about creating another channel on Rumble and BitChute. I don't really have money to financially support some of these free speech platforms, but what I can do is offer something that can help lay the foundation that made Google and Facebook so incredibly powerful and lucrative. Lay foundation, what do you mean? Well, if you were to Google what the first YouTube video ever was, back in early 2000s, whatever it may be, I forget the guy's name, the original CEO of Google who built the site in the beginning. I think he was at a zoo, and it's like, was he standing there with a baby elephant? I want to say baby elephant. I might be wrong. But it was only like, 15 or 30 seconds. It was just this small clip. And it was uploaded to his brand new site, YouTube. And that's the beginning. We don't all have to be these professional podcasters. If we're being honest, YouTube's bread and butter, it's not political content, So maybe I can generate content, perhaps on a separate channel. I'm thinking of calling the channel Amir Bhathi Lifestyles. What do you think? Amir Bhathi Lifestyles, where I show you how I'm living my life. You might like that. I don't know. So tonight I'm going to be cooking dinner. This is what passes for dinner for me, and hopefully also what I'm about to show you tonight. I did not stage my kitchen. I did not stage my refrigerator. What you're about to see is indeed my real life. So there's none of that fancy prep. I know you got, you hear about they call themselves influencers, which I don't even wrap my head around. Nobody influences me, and I don't want to influence anybody. I'd like to educate you. I'd like to keep you informed, but no, I'm not looking to influence you. It's your life. Live your own life. Don't turn to me or anybody else. It's your life. So I would like to show you, what I have to deal with. And honestly, I did want to do this a couple of weeks ago toward the middle of the month. Today is April the 3rd. It's April the 3rd today. I did get my Social Security. I do have money, but I haven't gone food shopping yet. So I just wanted to show you what my refrigerator looks like at the end of the month before I go shopping. This is, I've got 1 pack of chicken tenders. I've had to start stretching them out. There are 3 tenders per Ziploc. I'm hoping I won't have to take it down to 2. And I've got, that's 1 pork chop. And in this one, there's 2 pork chops. So now here are just 2. And again, I do apologize for my freezer. Hey, like I said, if I was going to stage anything for dramatic effect, my vanity normally would have had me clean this freezer before doing this, so I do apologize. I am going to get in here later tonight and clean this out, but I'm down to just 2 meals left, sesame chicken and pot roast. It's pretty decent. I don't kid myself, these are not, super gourmet meals, but it's what I can afford, and it's what is necessary, like I said, I'm restricted down to anywhere between 800 to 1,000 calories a day. So I have 2 of these per day. It's a combination of both lean cuisine and Smart Ones / Weight Watchers. So I'm not a brand ambassador or anything like that. I'm not a brand ambassador. So I guess you could say they can split the credit, for my 89 pounds lost. But this is what I got. My social worker took me to the supermarket the other day, where I was about a week or so ago, week and a half, and I got 3 gallons of milk and 1 carton of eggs. And I usually have 2 eggs for breakfast in the afternoon between 12 and 1. There is no breakfast as it's, classically known. There is no breakfast. This is, in case you didn't know, this is what we're having for dinner. It's our chicken tenders. Got 3 of them in there, I believe. So this is what's on the menu. This and only this. Okay, so I don't have I'm actually working with a tripod, not a gimbal. I wish I had money for a gimbal. So this is what we got for dinner. 3 chicken tenders. I'm guessing that's going to be somewhere about, between 300 and 400 calories. Because, if I'm not mistaken, I think this maybe puts on about 100 calories. They say you shouldn't keep any of the old coating mix. This is shake and bake type stuff, but I split it. This is the cupboards. Cause you were wondering. I'm not being dramatic. I will say this. I am not in any real threat of actual starving to death. I'm not. Like I said, I did get paid, but this is what the food situation looks like when I get down to the end of the month and the middle of the month, So I've got, I got soup in there and some other cans, So I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and make you think that, oh God, I'm turning into a skeleton. That's not the situation. But it is a bad situation. What I am trying to say, this should not be America. Okay? This shouldn't be America. Now I get it. I'm not saying that there should be Wagyu beef or even premium thick cut pork chops or steak or ribeye. I'm not saying that I should have all of that deliciousness. Okay? But it shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be, you know, Americans should have better food security than this. But this is what you're looking at here. This is the consequence of Joe Biden's fake pandemic, okay, and his climate zealots. If I'm not mistaken, down in Texas, once again, the climate zealots, they're going to manufacture any excuse whatsoever to kill, either with fake outbreaks, or it might be real outbreaks. I believe there are operatives that are, I mean, far as I'm concerned, these radicals have already proven that they're willing to kill people, you know, especially with Lahaina in Hawaii. You are willing to murder people by the droves and deliberately delivering pathogens into a herd of animals. That's nothing. That's a cake. That's a cakewalk to these radicals. They understand that their fake pandemic narrative has taken a rather severe blow. And right now they seem to, we're getting into summer. So summer's going to be their climate zealot season. This is where they try and terrify everybody into thinking that, you know, the sky is falling. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. There's an episode of Star Trek Next Generation. The name of the episode and the season, it does escape me, but it's the one. The race is called Mintakan, and they're an offshoot of the Vulcans. They're primitive, you know, pre-industrial, think medieval, Knights of the Round Table type of thing. You know, they're just getting into the Iron Age, you know, metalworking. So, and the Federation sets up an outpost, camouflage, to spy on them. And anyway, the whole point is that they end up discovering the Enterprise, and they are wowed, you know, by, you know, the Sky God. They think that the Enterprise is the Sky God, and one of the things, as they were, you know, because they had one of the crew held hostage, they were wondering, does God want us to kill this person to appease them, to, you know, what is God's will? And the thing is that the one guy, he's like, you know, it was a storm, you know, and maybe the storm was just a little bit out of season than what it normally is. And the whole point that I'm trying to make here is that we often see the scientific community, what's supposed to be the scientific community, they'll mock the religious. They will mock people who believe in God, or any type of gods. Doesn't even have to be the real God, but just, you know, any type of theology. They'll mock that. But here, basically, what the climate zealots have done, they have basically flipped it. They have made science, their version of science, should I say. They've made their homespun version of science their God. And now that we, you know, if there's a storm out of season, then suddenly, even though it's the year 2024, you're acting as if it's 1224. You know, like it's the medieval ages, the dark ages. Oh, my lord, a dark omen. Every little anomaly that you get, it suddenly becomes this dark omen and a reason to, you know, to thrust your belief into climate zealotry and all that. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's see if we can get our dinner together, huh? Let's see how we can do this. Okay, so I can't really afford to bake in my oven anymore. It's an older oven. It's not terribly efficient. So I bought a toaster oven quite a while ago, and it has saved me quite a bit of money. Now, I can get away with doing this because I am a bachelor, and, you know, I'm not cooking for a whole family, it's just me. So I just basically took the pan that comes with it and lined it with foil. And what comes next, grab our Pam. Do a little Pam here. Now, never ever utilize this stuff with a gas stove. People do it and the shit blows up. So it's not good at all. Probably shouldn't even do it with an electric stove, but you know, whatever. So you just kind of hit her off. Alright. That'll do it. So we got that nice and prepped up. And all we need to do now is get our coating mix together. Now, our oven fry mix, coating mix, that's what this stuff is called, by the way, oven fry. I was wrong. It's not shake and bake, it's oven fry. It doesn't call for an egg, but I like to use one to egg wash the chicken so that it's not quite so dry. So we're gonna prep up our egg. We're gonna see if we can do this without making a mess. Got myself one of these little darlings. Definitely saves you a lot of grief. I think my shadow's in the way. Egg beater. Beat it. Kinda slips on like so. What I forgot. I forgot what I did to this thing, but the switch, it doesn't necessarily work the way it's supposed to. It still cuts on, but you know. Whatever. Alright. Alright, Amir, let's see if you can do this without making a mess. Alright. Very good. Do. Oven fry. I opened this, I think, 2 days ago, and it's still pretty decent, but I could feel that it was kind of getting a little clumpy. It's like once you open it, you know, you wouldn't think that it would have, like, you know, don't want to say expiration, not expiration, but you wouldn't think that you'd be in a big hurry to use it, but apparently you are, because it'll just, you know, turn into a clump on you. All right, season the bird. This won't take long at all, so we'll just go ahead and start preheating our toaster oven. The thermostat is set to about 325. It's boneless chicken, so I'm going to want about 325, you know. or maybe, yeah, 325 or somewhere is about on bake. And turn her on. My bamboo cutting board, it split in half a while ago, and like with most things, I haven't really had the money to get that replaced yet. So this is what I'm working with. Little chicken. All right. Now, one thing I like to do is chicken tenders, they have these little tabs on them. And I personally like to just simply cut them off. Tendons, should I say. Here's one. Just grab it by the tendon. Go in with the poultry shears and give it a snip. You're done. You're done. Sorry if my sleeves are in the way. This is all going in the wash anyway later on. But April is my month where I like to get caught up on as many bills as possible, so I try to turn the heat off whenever possible. You know. Okay, so basically, the oven fry, if anybody tells you that this is all you need, it's a goddamn lie. This stuff is bland. I found that out the hard way. So you are definitely going to have to season your bird. I'm going to be going with adobo today. Adobo and just some regular black pepper. Nothing too fancy. By the way, I no longer eat salt. I just simply stick with accent, 60% less. It's more flavorful than salt. I will use salt if I want to salt my flour. You know, when you do like a fried dish, I might put salt in there, but I don't use salt directly on the poultry. So today I'm just going to be going with some adobo. Adobo. And I do have to, I actually find that I kind of have to go, not, you know, don't go crazy. You would think a guy my size would love salt, but actually no. I have prepared meals and I was like, you know, that is way too salty. So, oh, for shit's sake. Thank you. I really need to get one of those pepper grinders. You can apply it more evenly, more the way you want it. Then flip it. All right. And into our egg, each piece goes. Just gonna put her in there. Just start swapping or sloshing around so it's coated up, you know. Just do that with the other 3 pieces. Alright, I've already got 2 pieces done. Out the egg, let her drip, and on we go. Just kind of roll it, pressing the mix in. It stays real nice like. Alright, add them up and over. And there we go. We are now ready for oven insertion. Yay, I didn't burn myself. I'd say we need about 34 minutes on our timer. All right, folks, we got the bird in the oven, and that is going to be dinner. No, there's no sides. I do have a box of macaroni and cheese, but that's not really on the diet. Again, I feel strange using that word diet. Let me see if I can maybe explain to you kind of what I'm talking about. You know, I tried my best to explain to Dr. Corbett. Dr. Corbett would simply, him and many other doctors, basically all doctors, they would write it off as just simply being, okay, you're a guy who just simply eats too much. I agree that I don't eat healthy, and I agree that what I would normally eat, it's put it like this. Normally, before I discovered my aneurysm, when I got my money, normally it's going to be, you know, pick up the phone, call the sub shop or the pizza shop or Chinese or whatever the case may be. Pick up the phone and call. And what would I order? A cheesesteak, plain. Order a mozzarella sticks. That's it. And many of you out there with normal sized bodies, I get it. You yourself might be packing a spare tire, but that's about all that it is, you know, is a spare tire. Or you might have a butt, you know, you might be what is clandestinely referred to as plus size or what have you. I get that. Nobody's saying that you're on the cover of GQ or the cover of Victoria's Secret. I get it. Nobody's saying that. But you can eat these things and become, I'm trying to come up with my own language, normal fat. Okay, I was on my way to becoming homebound, confined to a bed, okay? One of the doctors that I was speaking with, we were talking about things like bariatric beds because my weight got so problematic to my breathing. I couldn't even, you know, breathe at night. My weight was literally crushing my heart and my lungs. And the heart was straining, you know, it would just strain to restart itself. You know, an analogy that I like to use is, manual transmission, you make that right angle turn, you need to shift down into the second gear. My heart wasn't shifting down into the second gear, meaning a lower gear when we go to sleep at night. Okay. It wasn't going down into that lower gear so that it could beat at a lower rate. And the reason why it wasn't was because my body was so heavy that it couldn't function in that lower gear. My heart was trying to say to me, if I go down into that second gear, that first gear, I will stop. I don't have, it's going to stop. So, and the trouble that I'm struggling with now is, to use another analogy, a generator. If I had a generator on and this is all powered by a generator, if I were to pop in one of my microwave meals, 1100 watt microwave, you're going to hear that generator outside, suddenly go from an idle, cut on the microwave. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know how a generator works. But now that's correct. My heart should kick in when I'm doing a higher activity, such as cycling, okay? But it should be proportionate to what I'm doing. I shouldn't be banging crazy just to stand up and go get the mail, okay? I shouldn't be banging crazy just to stand up to go into the bathroom and take a leak. My heart should not be racing for these things, but that is what was happening, okay? And, like with a generator, once the microwave has completed its cycle, it's done, the generator, boom, 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 it goes back to its idle speed. And right now, that's what is kind of lurching in the dark right now, electrical wise with my heart. I am losing the weight. As I said, I'm down 89 pounds and I'm continuing on with that weight loss. But the big question is, has there been cardiac damage to the point where my heart won't be able to remember how to function in a lower gear? Meaning, it's traumatized, I can tell you that. It's like at night when I go to sleep, it's like a type of anxiety will start to flutter and panic. And it's like, are you sure I'm going to be okay? Are you sure? Because, this is the time of night. This is the time of day when, I'm being crushed, so the heart, it's almost like it's traumatized and it's trying to convey that trauma to me. And what I now need to convey to my heart is weight loss has occurred, Of course, I don't know if it's enough weight loss. Like I said, I'm 461 pounds. That's still severely overweight. So I'm 6'3", in case anybody wanted to know. 6 feet 3 inches. I'm sorry, you UK or metric people. You'll just have to convert it. You'll have to convert it yourself. But yeah, so will my heart remember? Will it remember how to be normal? That's the big question right now. That's going to be the big determination as to whether or not I'll be able to return to my bicycle and become an avid cyclist again. Because it's more than just simply the weight loss. I never disputed that I didn't have an electrical problem. I was just simply wondering, was a pacemaker the answer? That's the question. And of course, my God, cardiac surgeons, they've been getting kickbacks for decades. Ever since they invented a pacemaker, there's been payoffs to push pacemakers on as many people as possible, I tell you. So I always have to guard myself. I have to make sure that I'm making the right decisions for me. Remember our New World Order healthcare system, they don't look at you as an individual any longer. That's gone. That is so gone. I hope you understand that. Nobody looks at you as an individual anymore. Okay, you're just seen as chattel, as goyim. You know, you're just animals, a herd animal. You're all going to be treated the same. Why do you think the DEI initiative is running so hot and heavy in the medical industry? They want to make sure that they have enough stupid, undereducated people that they can control. You know, have your patients take these meds, get that procedure. You know, it shouldn't be that way. It should be an individual thing. You know, I just, by the way, I just binged, I spent the last couple of months binge watching House, and I don't think I ever watched it past the second season, but back when it was on the air, I was too busy working, you know, working 2 or 3 jobs, so I didn't always have time to watch it. But I binged House, and one of the things that it was just so hysterical watching all of these doctors. I mean, these were like the best of the best, the brightest of the brights, doing some of the most mundane, menial tasks in the medical industry. You know, when a patient needs an echocardiogram, they're doing it. What do you mean there? Even if it's something as simple as we need blood work from the patient, they're the doctor. One of the team members, you know, from House are in there doing it, drawing the blood. Oh my God. I bet none of my doctors, I mean, oh my God, I don't even think I would trust them with the syringe. You know, they're not practiced. Technicians and nurses do all of these things, mostly technicians, you know. The DEI really even want to get away from nurses. They want to see what they can get away with. You know, how much can we train the little goyim monkeys to do for themselves? You know, how much can we get them to do for themselves? You know, and the real doctors are going to be allocated to us, the chosen ones. We get the real medicine. You get No Child Left Behind. That's what you get. You get DEI, okay? You get to celebrate, oh boy, I'm going to be operated on by the first transsexual paraplegic. Yay, you get to have a new segment on that. You know, first transsexual paraplegic, we're breaking ceilings, you know? And that's exactly what all these DEI segments in the news are about. You never hear anything at all about their education, where they graduated in the class, what their ranking was in their graduation. No. They got their rubber stamp diplomas and they were sent marching. Okay? They're trained to listen to the patient just enough to get a rudimentary understanding of what the symptoms are. You know, it's like, you know, I was given all kinds of, I had one ENT doctor, he's giving me neti pots, he's giving me omeprazole, I had one nurse practitioner tell me, go buy honey from the area because of my cough and whatnot, and get honey from your area, the pollen, the bee from your area. That's a natural way of, and I'm not disputing that. I'm sure that probably does help a person who has an actual allergy problem. I do not. Okay? I have a cardiac condition, and a serious one at that. My aorta leaks fluid into my lungs, causing me to cough. Okay, a heart that is strained to the point where, you know, it causes that leaking and that dilation of the aorta. So, yeah, House, you know, it's like he... and of course it cracks me up when they'll sit there and be like, oh my God, we have to go and get... the doctors sit with you. I mean, it is so far from reality. Doctors sitting with you, doctors holding your hands, doctors taking the time to get the best detailed history from you. Please get the hell out of here. This is so not happening in real life. Okay, doctors, woo, they're breaking into the house here. You know, they want to find out everything about you. Did you know that that's what that was? Psychologically, that's what that was meant to convey to the viewer. That these doctors are so invested into you, because that's who the show was targeted toward. It was targeted toward liberals. The show was just unapologetically atheist. The show was just unapologetically atheist, and I think there was even one episode there where House literally got so angry because somebody believed in, you know, it was kind of like a voodoo religion or whatnot, Asians, heart stopping at night. He got so angry, he literally, I mean, normally he will tell people that I'm not going to treat you as a reverse psychology or a psyop to get them to do something. This time, no, he just simply did not fucking care about these people or their religion. He was so pissed off that they were choosing to believe in a higher power than his almighty God science. Him, the fucking drug addict. And I could say something about that. You guys might not know it if you've never been in a 12-step program that requires belief in a higher power. But House, he goes into the rubber room, the whack factory, and that's what they tell you that in AA. You're either going to end up in jail, the rubber room, or dead. Those are your three options if you do not recover, if you do not surrender your addiction. You're going to either be dead in the funny farm or prison. Okay, and that's exactly what happened to. I wondered, the writers on the show, was anybody in recovery? Did they know? But so House gets clean for a while. It gets clean for almost a year. But what House ends up doing is he ends up turning to a human being for his higher power, Lisa Cuddy, the hospital administrator. People as higher powers, or it is spoken about in AA and NA and recovery 12-step groups. They do talk about having a person as your higher power. Basically what they say is it's okay. It's like a spare tire, the donut in the trunk. It's okay to use it for a while. You know, let me crank this thing back up. Excuse me. About 15 more minutes. Yeah, this is Big Me, everybody. Big Me. See? I got titties on my back. Titties on the back. Woo! Yeah, that's your boy Total Control. Titties on his back. I'm that kind of fat. I'm titties on the back fat. How about that? Put that in a rap lyric. That's a rap lyric, baby. Rap lyric. Titty back fat. Just cut me a check. That's all I ask for. Don't forget my royalties. And I know I was talking about House, right? And so you can do it. You can, you know, because you do have atheists, agnostics, and all the sorts in all these recovery groups. And what they try to tell you to do is, you know, latch onto something. It's okay for a temporary fix, but eventually, you're going to need somehow, some way to find a higher power that is not a human being. And the reason is because if you watch the show, sorry if I'm spoiling, you know, any spoilers, but how the show's been off the air for 13 years, okay? That's exactly what happens. I mean, it was weird the way Lisa Cuddy did it. She like immediately drops her boy toy one night. It was a parking garage collapse, and House was fighting diligently to save a woman, had to cut her leg off, and she threw a fat embolism and she ended up dying. Now remember, House has lost many patients before. This is nothing new. It was nothing new. But House chose, see, they say things in recovery groups. They say that before you pick up, your drug, your drink, or call for a pizza, whatever the drug may be, they say you subconsciously make a decision to do it before you even do it, and I think that's exactly what happened with House. You've lost patients before. Why was this one so special to you? It wasn't special. House was simply looking for a reason to pick up his drugs. That's it. That's exactly what he does. He goes back to his apartment, rips the mirror out the bathroom, and gets his secret, ultra secret stash. And he's ready to pop his pill, and in walks Lisa Cuddy, and he says, "You're going to stop me?" She's like, "Nope, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it." And he chooses not to, because he then latches onto Lisa Cuddy. They become boyfriend, girlfriend, and they're, getting it on. And that's fine. And frankly, the 12-step groups, there are whole chapters devoted to your sex life. Anyway, there are whole, because I tell you, God bless the AA founders, Dr. Bill, and they definitely got a detailed understanding of what the hell it is that makes the addict do what they do. So House never did find his higher power. And of course, what did Lisa Cuddy end up doing? She ended up dropping House the same way she did her boy toy. She dropped her boy toy to go be with House, and then she ends up kicking House to the curb. You put your trust into a human being. And of course, House just simply flipped out, went off the rails. And of course, once his human higher power was gone, then so did his sobriety. His sobriety was soon thereafter gone. Gone. So, and yeah, he ended up in jail. Like at first it was the rubber room, now it's jail. And at the end of the show, he fakes his death. So I suppose you could technically say he died too. So, but anyway, that's what we're dealing with. I try my best to explain these things to my doctors, but honestly, I don't think they're listening to me. All they see is a morbidly obese man walking into their office, and I could see, I need the doctors to understand my actual situation, and then I also need myself to understand my actual situation. So yeah, as much as I would love to cook up a pot, and it would be a pot of macaroni and cheese to go along with our chicken tenders, and to make things more insidious is that you're probably saying to yourself, "Oh my God, is that your dinner? Is that all you're eating?" Yes, it is all I'm eating. There's more I could say maybe in another episode, because I'm already coming up on an hour here. There's more I could say about my metabolism. I have a severe metabolism issue, so it's not just simply food addiction. Okay, there is a very real food metabolism issue where if I don't starve myself, keeping it down between 800 to 1,000 calories, guess what? I'll start to gain weight. It sounds crazy, but it's exactly the way it is. Now, this might reformulate once I've lost enough weight, because right now I've lost 89 pounds basically doing nothing but sitting on my ass. And just, putting the fork down, So, maybe if I am able to return to the bicycle, I'll have to reformulate my caloric intake to adjust for that. But for right now, if I'm not doing anything, then yeah, I have to basically starve myself. And that's something that's not too difficult to do in Joe Biden's economy. Joe Biden doesn't have a problem starving you. He doesn't have a problem with you starving, Americans starving. Not his precious illegal aliens, though. Oh, no. They get food cards. They get their debit cards that are only supposed to be used for food and baby items. You better not. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they do. Cross my heart, hope to die. Yeah, sure thing, Joe Biden. I won't use it for anything else. As for me, what is it? I am having breakfast. Yeah, that went bad, and well, not bad, but it's past its prime. It's over a year past its prime, but I'm eating it. I'm eating it. I'm eating it because it's all I got, you know. So this is life in America now. This shouldn't be America. Like I say, I don't exactly expect to have, Wagyu beef or prime rib in my refrigerator, but it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be a stark, empty refrigerator like that, or cupboards bare like that. My hand to God, I did not take food out the refrigerator to hide it, to create a more stark contrast. I did not take food out the refrigerator. My word as a Christian. This is what I have to deal with every month. I think after I pay my rent, my bills, I'll be lucky. I'll be lucky if I have $150 left. A big chunk comes out on the credit card bill. And what I am going to be doing this month, it's something that I've been meaning to do, but even if it means sacrificing and going without, even if it means going hungry, I'm going to do my best not to use the card, the credit card, so I can keep it paid off. I think I am going to have to use it for my compression sock adhesive. This stuff is ridiculously expensive. I'll see if I can get the light so that you can see. Can you see? I've got less than half a bottle left. Rolls on. I apply it to the socks themselves rather than my calves, and this stuff costs about $11 to $12 depending on where you're shopping, but I've seen it as high as $15 a bottle. It's only 2 ounces. It is ridiculous, and the only reason why it costs that much money is because they know you need it. That is it. It is ridiculous. I am getting better as I continue to lose weight. The edema gets better, and the socks they're just now starting to begin to stay up on their own for a short while. It's not quite where it needs to be. Especially if I stand up and do some walking, then they begin to slip down, and that's when they begin to turn into tourniquets on your legs, and believe me, you'll begin to just swell like crazy, So unfortunately, this is not something that I can really do without. It's medical, so I have to have that. But I am working on liberating myself from it, slowly but surely. So, yeah, so, by the time I'm done paying everything, there's dinner. By the time I'm done paying everything, I'll be lucky if I have $150 left. And, stay off the card, because I'm going to have to put about $60 worth of this stuff. Maybe get like 5 bottles of it. Get that. and put that on the card, and maybe, you know, stay off the cards. So, you know, there's a lot of shit I could say about the banks and whatnot. You know, Kyle Seraphin just did a really good episode today. Hey, I showed you guys my credit rating, and it was just being artificially pushed down. He went and investigated. Apparently, it's happening to him. He was up in the 800s, and now he's down in the 600s. And so it's exactly as I said it was. You're being once you have been tagged as a Christian conservative, the deep state Jew oligarchy, they're coming for you, and that's all there is to it. Every feasible way possible, you know. So this is what we're fighting against. This is what we have to deal with. All right, before I let you go, because I'm sorry, this ain't no mukbang channel, I'll let you see the tenders. Now, where did I put my tongs? Here they are. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Always remember, unplug. All right. Let's cut into her. I forget that I had that light sometimes. I want to forget. Costs money. There we go. There we are, our yummy chicken tender. Yummy chicken tender. Hey, I'm doing this with one hand. Boy, this is a whole lot of effort, so I can give you guys the first bite. The first bite. All right. And there we go. After much ado. It is moist. Not too bad. And that's dinner, people. Alright, apologies for talking with my mouth full. It's our timer. Alright, guys, that's it. Fight. Control. Control. Believe me, it is difficult staying in control, you know. I'll cover it. Staying in control, that'll be our next episode, because it can be hard doing that. All right, people, that's it for now. Hope you like the dinner, the content. Unfortunately, this is what Joe Biden has given America. Okay. Please remember this November. Remember, election November. This is your Joe Biden future. Hell, if I'm being honest, it might even be your Donald Trump future. I'm not voting for Trump. This is what we have. I bet the refrigerators at the White House don't look like this. Joe Biden has no problem whatsoever getting his meals. That's it for now. Total Control 871.